30 hertz straight up.
Tuning in to another wonderful episode of Lucas Has No Face podcast with your wonderful host, Savannah, and our lovely, beautiful guest today, Jessie Blessed. Hey, girlfriend.
Hey, hello.
Welcome. Hi. She's so pretty, y'all. Look at her makeup.
Thank you.
And hairline is killing it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Before we get away from everything, you guys, we will be talking about my death saved my life, and the curse stops here.
Yes.
That is dope. The curse stops here,
Yes.
and my death saved my life. That's a lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump into it, but not so fast.
Yeah.
Who is Just Blessed?
So Jessie Blessed is one. I have four daughters. And then I have a granddaughter. That's first thing. I'm a mama. I'm a mother first. I'm a model, a makeup artist, and I enjoy cooking. I just love it. I love
You didn't bring me
everything
none
about
today?
cooking. Nah, I didn't. No, I didn't. I ain't cooked today. I cooked yesterday.
Leftovers sometimes be the best.
Yeah,
Especially like greens and stuff like that.
them leftovers. They done
Child.
marinated all in the juice.
Yes. I'm hungry. Tell my producer I'm hungry back there. Give me some food. No, okay. So a mother, a cook, a makeup artist, a model. The model thing is it just shows your walk is to die for. If y'all ain't seen her walk, baby, your walk is a killer. You just be swinging that thing, that wagon be going. Like head be like every step she take is a model runway. So
I have to give it up to Crystal Stotts. Like she did her thing with me. Yeah, she did her thing with me. And over the years, since 2015, I have did over like 150 shows in and out the country.
In and out the country.
Yes,
well, let's talk about that real quick. Where did you do your modeling at?
So I started here in Milwaukee. My first show was at the Grand. And then I went to New York Fashion Week.
Oh.
I went to London Fashion Week.
Oh.
And let me see. Oh, I went to Chicago Fashion Week. And I still got some opportunities that's coming up.
Take me with you next time because I love fashion shows.
Really?
They be going down. See, you be working. I like to be in the mix of it. See, so it might be a little different for you.
Yeah, it's a bit different because it be a lot going on. Like it's a whole day of just shenanigans when it comes to modeling. It's makeup here. You got a rehearsal like a couple of times before the show. Then them little jitters come. But yeah, I love it.
I see. You just glow when you talking about it. Yeah. For those that are like inspiring models, what would you say to them, especially like the plus size models? What would you say to them? A word of encouragement. What would you say to them?
You can do it. Like plus size is in, and you can do it. Like if that's something that you really want to pursue, you got to get connected with, some of the models that's out here, or some people that's still coaching, and do it. Like it's if it's a dream of yours, do it.
I
For
love
real.
it. I love
Yeah.
it. And as you guys know, this is Lupus Awareness Month. Today is the what? I lose track of my days. Today is May 27th.
Yeah.
Today is the 27th day of Lupus Awareness Month. And Lupus Has No Face has been going hard. I had to give myself and my team a pat on the back. We have been amazing. And not only shout out to my team, I want to give my community a shout out, the nation a shout out, because we have been showing out. I don't want to name anybody, but you if you've been a part of Lupus Has No Face in any way, form, or fashion, shout out to you. But I'm definitely gonna get my hats off to DJ Boogie because he be having my music banging. Okay, I will shout out to him because he's the only music producer. The only music I'm calling him the music engineer on my team. So shout out to DJ Bug. He be making it happen.
Yes,
Even when he in the building, when he not, he makes it happen. So
yes.
that's my dude. And before we get into this lovely story of yours, tomorrow, please do meet us at Brownstone. We are having another Lupus Has No Face event. It's gonna be an informational event, but it's gonna be a happy hour. And my drink called the Purple Butterfly will be on the menu. So please ask for the Purple Butterfly. It's gonna be from 4 to 9. 4 to 9, come see me, come see us. Thank you, shout out to Jonna and Brownstone for even having this event and believe in the mission. So shout out to you guys as well, and just come learn to see what is lupus is all about. Come join the community and just spread the word in any way possible, so we can start finding a cure to end this ugly invisible illness that we have.
Yeah.
And I wanted to use this platform for the lovely lady to tell your story, because your story, it resonate with me personally. As a warrior, my death saved my life. Not to the fact or how yours is, but for the people that know, when I first told my story, me being in a coma at a young age and having to learn how to read, walk, talk all over again. So it was kind of in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of like I died before I started living, because I was so young and questioning God as to why He would even give me something to this magnitude at a young age. But then, as carrying it, people like, oh, you don't look like you have lupus. That's why I was born. I thank Him for the illness, because it could be much worse. So I believe that I was given this illness to help others in a way that's just beyond my understanding, but enough of understanding to where I can educate the world.
Yes.
So that's why I wanted you to end the month of lupus awareness with your beautiful story and your shirt line that is called what? I want you to say it out loud.
My death saved my life.
What she is featuring today. And where can that be purchased at?
It You can reach out to me at any time. Inbox me, and I hook you up and get you a shirt. Because you know what, the thing about my death saved my life, I created this because throughout my healing, I have feel like today I feel like I done died probably 100 times. Okay, for real, like it's so many things. Like after I feel like I heal from this, then God will show me something else. And the dying process, it has literally allowed me to now live. Like it has literally saved me and allowed me to just be free, live in purpose, and things of that nature. But when people buy this shirt, I don't want them to like have kind of like the same story I have. What you just said, like what happened to you when it came to, you going through whatever you went through, like that's still a death, and it saved your life. And then as you come back up, now you walking in your purpose. But that had to happen. So it's like nothing happens on accident.
Absolutely.
Everything happens like it's a purpose, it's a reason for that. So I just, when it comes to this shirt, it's a broad. It's not just a one thing. It's not just about like the healing part. It's about wherever it resonates within you.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, and it can be for anything, a teenager, anybody,
Yeah.
because it's very broad. But you didn't tell them your tags. Where can they? Is it a number that they can reach out to?
So what type of number? What do you mean?
I don't know. What number do you want to give the people so they can
Okay,
get the
so Jessie,
shirt?
I'm Jessie Blessed on Facebook. I'm Jessie Blessed on TikTok. I'm Jessie Blessed on Instagram. Jessie Blessed 86. Yeah. And my tag is My Death Saved My Life when it comes to my t-shirts. And like I said, you can always reach out to me if you would like a shirt. I do have some other shirts that's coming up, but I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, so make sure you get a shirt, support the mission. And Tone, please do drop those tags so they can know how to reach her. So let's get into it. The curse. The curse. What is the curse?
So, the curse. And I never really, on this healing journey, I could never like figure out like what. I always had these conversations, be like, God, what is the curse that's on my family? And one day in the gym, that's why I stay in the gym. I just love it. It's like oxygen to me. It's like water. I have to have it every day. But I was asking him, I was questioning, I'm asking him over and over and over, praying and fasting, like, God, what is this curse that needs to be broken off of my family? And he, as I've been going through this journey, he has given me bits and pieces of what this curse is. But just a couple of days ago, he ended it and he just told me exactly what it was. And the curse that was on my family was mental illness. It was always mental illness. And it started from my grandmother, which is on this picture right here.
Lovely picture.
Of what I can resonate, or I can connect myself to, which that's what I know, that it started with her. If I can just share my story just a little bit. When I was 5 years old, I remember going to a place which I thought was kind of like a nursing home or something like that, every Saturday, going to see her. And I was just so happy just to see her. And we would go and we would just sit with her, watch TV with her. I would feed her and things of that nature. But I never understood like why she really wasn't having a conversation with me. Like she didn't actually know my name. She knew I was her granddaughter, but she could not communicate or do any too much of anything. Mm-hmm. And I at that moment, I didn't really understand like exactly what was going on until I got a little older. Mm-hmm. And my mother told me like, we all go see your grandmother in the mental institution. And I'm like, what is a mental institution? And she started to explain to me what that was and what was going on with my grandmother and how long she had been up in there. And I'm like, what? To make a long story short, when I was 11 years old, well, my mother told me that she went up in there when she was 8 years old. She was going through a divorce with her husband, and she had a nervous breakdown because he had left. So she then went into the mental institution. She did not leave out the mental institution. She actually died there.
Wow.
When I was 10 years old.
Wow.
So that was a long period of time of us just going there, seeing her. So after that, after she passed away, I just kind of, did my own thing until I was like 11. And I just felt like the pressure coming up on me, suicidal thoughts and things of that nature. And my first suicide attempt was actually at 11, a year after she passed. And it kind of went on for so many years. My mother, she wasn't big on therapy, or she didn't kind of really understand it. So she just kind of winged it like, okay, well, what's going on with you? We had small conversations. It wasn't really a conversation to really have. And as the years went on, I asked her, I'm like, Mama, like, I want to get into therapy because, like, I heard somebody talk about it. So I was like, I want to get into therapy. She was like, well, we ain't, we ain't going to no therapy, putting them people in our business. I said, like, I need some help. And she was like, well, them white folks, they just want to be in your business, da 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 da. Until I was 17. And that was like my third time trying to commit suicide. And I
actually, when you were trying to commit these attempts, what actually were you doing and what was bringing it on? So, like, what were you thinking at that moment to an attempt, and what did you do? And what did you do after when it didn't work? I
always felt like it was no reason for me to be on this earth.
But like, what brought that on? So like, if you were just, I don't know, like having family time, right? Like, what would be going on in your mental state to where you need to depart from whatever you was doing to try to do those attempts?
So I had a lot of things that transpired in my childhood. And because it wasn't dealt with, it's just like, okay, we're not going to talk about it. So I might as well just leave here. And it was just like moments. Like,
if you don't mind me asking, because everybody all over the world is going to be listening to this.
Yeah.
And we're talking like, oh, they're going to like, what happened in her childhood? Like, what caused that? We know that she was feeling this way, but what happened? Do you mind?
Okay, yeah, I don't mind. So me being molested at 5 years old, all the way to the 11, that's what took a toll out on me, because of the simple fact that it wasn't dealt properly. It wasn't dealt with properly, and even for the fact of people to think that I was lying, it's just like, what's the point? Like, okay, we're not going to deal with the molestation. You feel like I lied. I always felt like the outcast of the family. I never felt like I fitted in, and just not being heard. It was just like, okay, what's the point of still being here?
So was it somebody close to home that were doing it?
Yes. It was my stepfather.
And your mom just did not want to hear that.
Yeah, she actually she was like, you're dreaming. Wow. It's a dream.
You felt just, I can imagine how you felt.
She just said, it's a dream. Go back to sleep.
Wow.
Like, that didn't happen to you.
I'm sorry you went through that.
Yeah.
So as of today,
yeah,
you and your mom, are you speaking?
Oh yeah, me and my mother is in a much better place.
Have she accepted it? Did she accept what actually really happened?
Yes. And throughout my healing journey, I was able to go and have that conversation with my mother later. Okay. And come to realize that she did what was done to her. So when she went and had that conversation, it was brought to her the same way.
So she only did what she
knew to
exposed. Do. Wow.
Yeah. So when she went and told that she was being molested, nobody believed her. So, okay,
it's always very interesting how our family dynamics from back in the day, how they handle situations and swept things under the rug and, say those certain things, even to their own child that they carry for 9 months. Mm-hmm. To in today's world, after all this time, that your child went through all of this loneliness and darkness, because I can only imagine, only to not being heard by their protector, their provider. And now you have to be grown to say, oh, well, the same thing happened to me. It's almost like, why don't a light bulb pop in their head that this is your child? But for some odd reason, and it's for another day because this take us way off topic. I don't know why back in the day that the women was so, they chose their man over their children
I would
in a
never
lot of the
understand it.
situations, and some are still with them to this day.
Yeah,
It's almost like that was the norm back then.
that was.
You know what I mean? And it's like, no, that is not right. You know what I mean? So I applaud you on doing the work for yourself and
Mhm.
changing the dynamics of your family that you have, your
Yeah,
immediate family, and just having the courage to just sit here in front of the world to tell your story, because somebody's going to look at this and be like, sometimes people hold on to that anger for so
Mhm.
long that it just eats at them from the inside out, and it's not healthy. Like, you got to forgive a person for yourself, not technically for them, because you got to forgive to heal, to in order to move on to live your
Yes.
life, because you'll be stuck, right?
Yes.
So even the healing part, the forgiveness, the letting go, because if you don't, your family dynamics is going to be screwed up, because you're not going to know who you are. I feel like that, right?
Yeah, it's you
So
do. I did. I had to basically forgive my mother. I had to come from a place of understanding that that was how she chose to deal with it. I I can make the choice to not, if that was to knock at my door, to not do the same thing.
absolutely.
So that curse is broken. No, my child come to me, you say someone touched you. Oh, it happened. It happened. That's just what it is.
And it's
And
just so funny too, not to kind of like, before we get back on topic, it's so funny because different cultures, um, one culture didn't believe the kid, stayed with the fathers, and the other culture used it as some type of weapon of control. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? So it's just really interesting on how the molestation works on different sides of the culture.
Yes,
You know
yes,
what I mean? So
yes.
it's pretty interesting. That's something that I probably would want to talk about. I don't know how that would do on this show, but that's a
Yes,
pretty dope topic.
yes.
Okay, so what steps have you taken to break the generational pattern or navigating cycles in your life?
The steps that I have taken is being very intentional on my healing journey. Um, Working out,
Girl, we've been seeing that.
working out, like that's my thing. And doing the work, making sure I have myself in therapy anytime I feel like some triggers come, along. Um, Putting my kids in therapy. This is normal. Therapy is normal,
Yes.
and doing the work is normal. Just making sure I just put me first and loving on me, taking care of me. I don't know, I'm just in that place of just me and making sure I'm good, because at the end of the day, my goal is to be the best virgin what God has created me to be.
I love that. I definitely love that.
Yeah,
I love that. I love it.
that's just my purpose. And just share my journey with people. That's been my thing too. Do I want to share my journey? No,
Why not?
because I can say you have to be ready. You
When
really
is
have to.
when is ready though?
Somewhere in my mind, I thought I had to be. It looked a certain way,
It looked
but
the same way.
yeah, it looked a certain way. But at the end of the day, I was just like, okay, now, oh no, it doesn't. Even this right here, it's just like, okay, God, it's time.
How do you
Okay,
feel? Do you feel relaxed, or are you still tense? Are you holding back? How do you feel right now?
I feel
You
okay.
feel
I
okay?
feel okay.
That's good.
Yeah,
We will never be ready for anything in life.
never.
Nothing like
I had to come and realize that.
We never would, but you just gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? And people like, you don't understand, you don't know what I'm going through. No, you don't understand that I do understand. That's why I'm able to tell you to just do it, because life, time, the clock don't stop.
Yes.
But we get older. You understand what I'm saying? So just whatever it is in life, is do it. The no's is not what makes you. I believe the yeses is what makes you. You'll get a million no's, and I feel like those no's built up like stimuli, character. It built up that momentum. Like, okay, they said no to this. Why did they say no to this? I feel like that no give you more power. You know what I mean? And I feel like you may get a million no's and 3 yeses, and those 3 yeses is taking you to a place that changed your whole life. So it's like, never be too afraid of putting yourself out there, like putting yourself first. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are afraid of that because people talk. The world is going to talk no matter what. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And once you cancel that outside noise, you'll be fine.
Well, if this is my first step.
Well, I'm happy that you're taking your first step.
Look, and this is not the end. I know.
I know it's not the end. You gonna look at this and you gonna be like, what?
Yes.
What role does community support play in your journey to stop the curse?
So for a while, I have not allowed people in because of what I went through.
Why?
But now I'm letting people in, and I feel like community has played a big part on where I'm at now. Because I thought I can do the work on my own, but just pushing me out here and letting me know that there's other opportunities, and look, there's ways that Jessica, look, you need to do this, and just encouraging me. Like, my community is everything. And they have, poured into me so many things that I didn't even know I needed in this moment. Like, community has gotten me where I am today, of just stepping out my shell and want to just do whatever God has called me to do.
And that is so dope, because people is so scared of the world and what they will do with the information that they have trusted the other person with. And it's like, no, once you own who you are and you are able to tell your truth, nobody can tell your truth better than you can tell your truth. So who cares? Yeah, I did do that. I own that. Next. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are they really actually doing, and what are you really actually scared of? Look, I think it just plays in your head, in people's heads. You know what I mean? Like, to have that courage to kind of like, or make it feel that you're different. You know what I mean? Or people maybe won't believe you like it was when you were a child. But it is a community out here, and that's what people don't understand. Like, community makes everything happen. Nobody in this world does anything and win by themselves. It's always a team, whether you see it or not.
So I think my reason of holding back, and when it came to my story, was more of protecting the people that was the perpetrators.
But what about you?
Oh yeah, that's what I had to come to. Yeah. One day I remember I was in a gym, and this is where I have my conversations, my downloads come. A lot of my healing come in the gym. I've been dealing with, for like the last 3 months, God been dealing with me on this thing of rejection. So he was having a conversation with me, and he was like, okay, so you're not telling your story because of such and such and such, but you're rejecting yourself from what's next. Because you don't want to, you don't want to put no names out here. We don't have to put no names out here. But your story is your story. Your truth is your truth. And at the end of the day, if these people love you, and if they want the best for you, they wouldn't mind you telling your story, because it's not like it's today. It's the past. And this is where I'm at today. But yeah, I held back on my story to protect every perpetrator or anybody that played a role in what happened or how I got to this point. Like, yeah.
You protected them and you needed protection from them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But I think that was something I learned or I took on as a child. Yeah. I took that on as a child. You protect the people that hurt you. That
That
was the
don't even
most
make
sickest
sense, do it?
thing.
That don't even sound right coming out your
It
mouth, do it?
no.
Uh-uh.
So when you asked me the other day, like, you ready to tell your story? I was like, yes, like, yeah, like this is my first step of look. No, I'm not protecting nobody. My truth is my truth. I know what happened to me. I'm living through it. I'm healing through it. And look, this is what it is. And it's me also taking my power back.
Ah, yes.
No, like, no, this is
Absolutely.
me taking my power back so that I can do the rest of the work because healing is an ongoing journey. It doesn't stop. I think it stops when God calls us home.
So I have a question to ask about that because I don't know who I was having this conversation with, and I know it probably at least two people, right? Somebody said, I don't know who, what you just said, healing never stops, right?
No.
And for me, I say, well, how come? How come healing never stops, right? This person said, because you constantly healing from the things, the trauma that was created. So then I said, okay, I understand that. I said, but how? You still not telling me how, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then they proceeded to say, well, if you heal, then that means you don't need God. And if you heal such and such and such, using your words, such and such and such and such. And I'm like, well, that's not true, right? I hear what she was saying, but I'm like, that's not how I look at it. This is how I look at it. Trauma was created.
Mm-hmm.
You heal from that trauma.
Mm-hmm.
When you're healed from something, it no longer can trigger you or put you back into the space that you once was.
Mm-hmm.
So if you heal from that, how can you be, and if God deliver you from that, right? Because he's our everything, right? Deliver, healer, all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he's all of these things like we say that he is, why is healing a forever thing? That to me, that means trauma is created, and I'm going to continue to go through this turmoil or whatever you want to call it my whole entire life because I'm never healing from what I actually been through. And I just don't think that sounds right. I feel like you heal, you are healing. People don't want to own their healing journey. They don't want to own that they came up out of that shell. Like, yeah, that happened to me. I dealt with that. I'm reborn again. You know what I'm saying? I am healed from that. Alcoholism and all of that. No, you did heal from that. You healed from that. Why do you got to keep holding on to that? No, you are healed from that. That's how I view it because how are you steady fighting that every single day of your life? That's crazy to me. That don't even make sense to me.
So the way I view it to be is not that I'm still healing from this, but because life gonna keep lifing, I'm always gonna be healing from something.
But that's not true.
Okay.
No. Let me take that back. My opinion, that's not true. And this is why I feel that's not true, right? I feel like God created your life. If you go left, he creates your life. If you go right, we have a choice.
Okay.
Things happen in our life for a reason. Why? We don't know why, right? We don't know, right? And sometimes it's not always God. That's what people got to understand. We have a God, we have a devil, right? So it's not always God's work.
Yeah.
But he does step in and intervene to save us, right? So my thing is, you go through, and we always go through before we actually become successful, right?
Yes.
Something always happening, and then boom, breakthrough.
Yes.
But success comes with a whole nother set of issues. success is not all glitter and glam.
Mm-hmm.
It looks that way.
Yes.
But being successful comes with problems.
Yes.
So I feel like he has to make sure we are ready for what we are asking for. So if our mental capacity can handle it on this surface of level, then when he give us what we want on the bigger levels, we are ready to, we are prepared for it and we can sustain it. He's just not going to give it to us and we can't sustain what we ask for. We want to sustain the glitter and the glam, and then we're going to deal with that, and then we're going to have another breakthrough again. So I just feel like it's those breakthroughs that he gives us. He makes us ready for the things that we want, because we feel like, oh, having money is just everything. That's not everything. That money comes with problems.
Yes.
People don't understand that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And people, like I said, you got to be able to, you want to sustain the gland that you're asking for from him. So that's why I say what I say, because if you are not never healed, you can never tell your story to help other people. So if you're not healed, how you out here teaching somebody and you not healed? That don't even make sense.
Your perspective,
right? That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? But I respect what you said, but that's how I see it. I'm kind of like, well, I don't know. I feel like this.
I don't know. I guess I looked at it that way because, like, okay, I healed from this, but now I'm healing from this. I'm healing from this. Let's just say I get married and my spouse passed away. I'm gonna be healing from that. Like, I just feel like it's always gonna be something that you healing from.
That God want us to.
Yeah.
But you healed from
that. Yeah, that thing,
Yeah.
I'm healed from that. But like I said, throughout this journey, I have, like I said, I feel like I done died about 100 times because it's so many things. It's like it's layers to this.
It is.
It's layers. So when I'm saying I'm gonna always be healing, because it's always, I feel like I'm always unpacking something. I'm always unpacking something.
But if that's and another thing, this is so good. It's for you to always unpack, right?
Yeah.
But if you always unpacking, how can he use you as his vessel?
So I have my moments where I'm not unpacking anything.
That's what I wanted you to say. That's exactly what I wanted you to say.
Okay.
That's exactly what I wanted you. That's where I'm getting. That's exactly. Okay. Now,
like, yeah, because
exactly
I come up for here now.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, because I was like, hold on now. Yeah.
But I guess that's just what I've been feeling like for the last 4 years since I've been on this journey. Like, I feel like, I'm unpacking this, I'm healing this, and then I have my moment, I have my time, and it's like, okay, well, God, and then God will show me something else. Like, okay, we need to deal with this. We need to deal with this. And then, to be honest, I didn't have my moments where I didn't want to unpack that right now. So I had to come back to it. I just had to come back to it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So I think I'll get to a time in my journey where I can see it from your point of view. Like, okay. Like,
but you already have, because you already answered it.
Okay.
He gonna show you.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's just that. Like, I have a whole invisible illness, and some people that have invisible illness, they feel like they just will forever be for healing from it. And it's kind of like, you got to find the beauty in it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find. We never see the beauty in something what we go through until later. Mm-hmm. And sometimes everybody don't get to see the beauty of what they went through.
Mm-hmm.
But some do.
Yeah.
And it's like, now in hindsight, I'm glad I went through that. And you know what I'm saying? And it's clear, because he comes to you. You've been telling me you've been hearing him for so, like, just back to back to back. He comes to you when your mind is clear. So you're not always unpacking. You're not always healing. You are very clear and relaxed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's, you know what? I'm glad that you said that, because at this point in time in my life, I wouldn't take back anything. Like, everything happened for a reason. Like, I literally know that I would not be the woman that I am today. if these things didn't transpire in my life, if I didn't witness certain things, if I didn't go through certain things, even what, we talking about mental illness, if it didn't, if it didn't pass down from my grandmother, which she was the first of her siblings that had like a very she went through mental illness very, bad. I feel like all of us have some type of mental illness, but some have severe, and then it transferred to me, and I'm the oldest of my siblings. Then it transferred to my daughter, and she's the oldest of her siblings. So, I think it all happened for a reason, and I would not take back anything that has happened. Like I'm in that place, but I'm still unpacking some things. I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't lie.
I love
but
that.
I know I'm at the end, honey. Ooh, Jesus. I am at the end.
I love it. No, I love it because I just be having questions, and I'm not always right, but that's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So, but what you say, like I be hearing, I'm like, yeah, but I be like, but how and why? You know what I mean? Like,
but those how and those whys, those are good questions, because then at that moment it'll allow the other person to take little notes and see things from a different perspective. Like, no, we ain't gonna be on this journey forever.
That's right, because you got something else to do.
Yeah.
You got another book.
Look,
this book is closed, ready to be told,
yes.
and everything else aligned behind it, and everything a mission behind it. Now you got your other book ready to go.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, you do. What message do you hope to convey to others through your story?
That regardless of whatever you've been through, it does not matter. Like, this is just part of my story. God is going to see you through it if you lean on him and surrender to the path that he has for you, and do the work. Whatever that look like for you. Everybody's journey is different, but healing, that is one thing that all of us, we all must do. I don't care if you've been through like trauma. There's no big and no small trauma. We all have been through something, and we all got to unpack it, and we all got to heal from it, and choose life. Choose life.
I love that. I really, really, really do love that, because it's bigger than us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's bigger than us, and you may get some people on here that look like, who is, how she is equipped to speak on that level, right? So let me tell you how I'm equipped to speak how I'm speaking, because I've experienced him.
Okay.
Now, I'm not holier than thou.
Yeah.
I do me. Yeah. We all know that. Yeah. He knows I do me to its best, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to continue. But I'm very spiritual, and I always have been since I was a young girl. I always had visions. Okay. And I'm very faithful. Mm-hmm. Do I go to church every Sunday? No. I can't tell you the last time I've been to church. Mm-hmm. But I don't knock the people that do go to church. Mm-hmm. I grew up in church. Mm-hmm. But for me, my opinion is church is wherever you are at. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's me. And it's people that is in church that will never and have not experienced himself. I have. Hear him clearly. See. No, people that go there can never tell you that they heard it. I'm not saying all, but a lot of people that goes there every day and just holier than now, most haven't experienced him. Mm-hmm. It's not all about tradition, for me, my opinion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, we had a problem upstairs when he diagnosed me with this. I'm like, why would you do this? don't believe in God. Like, why would you do this? I had my moments with him for a very long time. I was angry. I was everything that you can probably ever think of. But you have a choice. I had a choice. You know what I mean? And couldn't be angry forever. And long story short, I accepted it. Once I accepted, I started, educating and doing all of the things. And not because I wanted to be close to him, not that it was even praying in those moments, but it's really when you have nothing else, like nothing else, is him. And that's when I understood what faith really is, and purpose, and things get revealed to me when it's time to. And that's why I always talk the way that I do, because I experienced it. I was one of those people when people be like, "Oh, God told me to do this," guys. I'd be like, these people just say God told them to do everything, like whatever. You know what I mean? Or this is just the purpose. I used to be like, these people is crazy. But I actually experienced it on my own. You know what I'm saying? Lupus Has No Face was nothing that I wanted to do. It was brought to me. The man himself. And I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm fashion. My thing is, healthcare, stuff like that. But I took it on. And every time I didn't want to do it, would be an event. 3-5 hours. I'm not going. I'm not. And I did it. Like when I tell you, it was things that I can't explain to you this day to even make the events happen, and it happened. He meets you where you are when it's for you, when he wants you to carry out something and you're doing it. And I have a love for it. I fell in love with this. You know what I'm saying? I never envisioned on running a nonprofit organization. That's one of the hardest businesses you can run in your life. Look. You know what I mean? You got to spend your own funds for a very long time, all types of stuff. So it's like, when it's really something that comes from him, and I was able to experience that. I was able to hear his voice, hear him talk to me, like, because when you're still, you have to be able to be still. You got to be able to be quiet, sitting quiet. You got to be able to be in your own thoughts. You understand? So, I'm fortunate to continue that journey with him, and that's why I speak so proudly of him, because baby done got me through so much. And before, it would just be like, I ain't praying over my food in front of you. Like I used to be so, but now I'll be proud with it. You know what I'm saying? Like God be, my boy be having me. So that's how I be talking to him. So I understand what you say with that, and I just just keep the faith, like, because everything that glitters is not easy, and people see you all well put together. They don't know your story. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know what you carrying. You know what I'm saying? Because God work is never easy. It's never easy. Like yours, I think I see. I think you should be writing a book if you ask me. How does this mission align with the conversation about mental health and healing?
Okay, ask that question again.
How does your mission aligns with mental health and healing?
My mission, is you speaking like purpose? Like just my mission?
Yes. How does it aligns with it, like your mom? I mean, your grandmother had mental health issues, and your death, my death saved my life. How does that resonate with you? How does that go together? Like,
it all coincides with each other. With mental health, I really believe that what I'm doing right now, which is the working out, eating better, healing, and doing just the work overall, it all ties to mental illness. Like I feel like if my family would have had these things back then, I feel like we could have sorted some things out if we was fit, just working out, moving the body and things of that nature, watching what we was putting in our diet, putting inside of us, and it's I feel like it all coincides, it all goes together, and it's all gonna come together. I don't know how this thing looks. This is just the beginning for me. But I know that all of it is going to align to where God is taking me.
I love the fact that you can say you don't know. A lot of people don't want to say that they don't know and sound crazy, try to
Oh
explain
no.
it that they try.
I no, I don't know. I just know that
But it's in you. You can tell it's in you though. You know what I'm saying? You feel it more than anything to be able to even explain it. It's a feeling.
Yeah, it's just a feeling. I just get up and I do what God tell me to do. I know that it's helping me on this journey of what I'm on. But if you was to ask me, no, I don't know, and I'm not afraid. I be telling God, I don't know what you're doing. I don't. I really don't. I don't know what you're doing, what you got me down here doing. But I surrender and I submit to whatever that is.
In
Whatever
your
this
own
is.
way, your own path.
Yeah.
I love it. What misconceptions do you think people have about individuals trying to break free from their past? What misconceptions?
That's a good one. What's the misconception?
Do you think people have about individuals? So what misconception I can probably have about you trying to break free from your past? Or people that have these judgments, they 2 cents, their opinions.
Some people just be like, your past is your past, and it is what it is. And some people be like, it's not that serious.
So that right there. So some people misconceptions from your past is it's not that serious.
Yeah, it's not that serious. Why are you doing all of that? Like it doesn't take all that. Mental illness runs in your family. Accept it and live with it. No, I'm not gonna accept it. I'm not just gonna live with it. I'm gonna do something about it. So that's the thing for me.
And the fact that you I just want to correct you because you said you're not going to accept it. You did accept it because you are doing something about it because you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
it was more of like them saying just accept it and just allow it to be.
Oh,
They
okay.
just allow it to be. Oh yeah, you were diagnosed with this. Okay, that's you. No, that's not me. That's not. Things happen in my past, and I'm choosing for these things not to control my life, and have power and control over me. So these are the things that I'm gonna do. No, that's not. That is something that happened. That's the past. I'm gonna figure out how to unfold these things and not allow it to go with me where I'm going. No.
I said those people are close to you. Them it's not your people. That's just my opinion again.
Oh no. No. And that's the thing. Like, on this journey, I have actually had to separate myself from my entire family.
Let's talk about that. When you are growing and you are being fed the proper way, you do have to leave people behind because they are not aligning with who you are today. And it's okay for you. You supposed to change. You is not supposed to be who you are with the year before.
Yes.
Your banking account ain't supposed to be looking the same. Ain't nothing supposed to be looking the same unless you are just done with everything and you are no more goals, no more nothing.
Yes.
So they should expect change out of you. That's number one. Change is okay. It's not number two. Until you are at your best, like you said. And how did it feel when you had to leave those people alone? And do those people still continue to try to come back?
Oh my God. So how did it feel? When God came and told me, when I had a conversation with him and I told him, like, God, how do I maneuver through this? He said, you're gonna have to leave your family behind. I said, my family. He was like, yeah, your family. And in my mind, I'm like, what about my mama? He was like, your mama too. She got to be put on the back burner too. How did that feel? Oh my God, it felt like a death. Like that's all I knew. Like, I never knew how much of an impact that my entire family had on me until I had to leave them. I felt like somebody that was on drugs. Like, I had to go through a whole what they call it when you're on drugs and you have to go to treatment.
Treatment. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I had to go, like, for real, because that was a part of my life for so long. So to leave them behind was very scary to me. Have they tried to reach out? The first year, yeah, they tried to reach out, but my boundaries and my cutoff game is so cold and things of that nature.
Don't
They
play
don't
with
bother
it.
with me no more. Like, they don't. It's, oh, she thinks she's, and Jessica this and Jessica that. No. I just want it better for me. And I want it better for my kids and my
No, no, you
grandkids.
do think you all of that. You are all of that.
Yeah.
And two cents and two bags of chips and however they
Look.
call it. Yes, you are. I
Yeah.
am.
No, I just wanted
Mm-hmm.
better. I wanted to break the curse. These, what y'all allow, what's okay with y'all, what's the normal for y'all, is not gonna be normal for my kids, and it's not gonna be normal for my grandkids. So I choose me, and I try to, like, periodically kind of like reach out, check up on them,
You can't do that.
just a little bit.
Mm.
How you
No,
guys doing? Da 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 da. And
that don't work.
they be like, how did you get where you are today? And da 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 da, And I try to, like, give them knowledge and just let them know what I'm doing. And it's like, nah, they ain't ready.
That's why I said you can't do that.
Let me keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
It's a snake. Like a snake sheds. You gotta shed people. The higher you reach, the higher you go. You go. They go. It's just gonna happen, and you gotta be okay with it. And it definitely get lonely at the top. It gets lonely at the top, but when you there's no amount of money can put a price on a peace of mind. And people will drain you. Okay, I'm at a point in my life right now. If I gotta keep repeating the same thing over and over with you again, or we're talking about the same topic over and over and over again, and you telling me about the same trauma over and over again,
Yeah.
I got a problem with that. You want to know why? Because I done dealt with so much in my life, and I choose to grow, to heal, to fix, and you choose to continue to make excuse. I can't. I don't want nobody like that around me. You are draining my energy, and
Yeah.
I don't like continue to have those type of conversations over and over again. And people may look at it like you shallow. No, like I can no longer allow people to drain me if I cannot drain them. You know what I mean? I if I pour into your cup and you can't pour it in my cup, we can't be with each other. I don't want to be around you. If you can't maneuver how I'm maneuvering with you, there's no reason for us to be. If I can't eat off your plate like you eating off my plate, what's the purpose? Yes, my circle have to provide for me, and I have to provide for them.
That's
Everybody
the
you
only
see
way.
me with, we got to be able to feed each other. I don't care what nobody say. We got to be able to take from each other. They got to be able to take from me too. I don't want nobody that I cannot take from, and nobody should be around me that they cannot take from me.
That's just what it is. Because of the simple fact that I have done too much work. To get here where I'm at, you're not going to drag me back there. And I have a 3 rule. We're going to talk about whatever that one topic is 3 times. And I done gave you advice on this. You are choosing, like you said, this is a choice. Healing is a choice.
It is.
And you choose it every day.
Every time you wake up.
I choose it every single day. And like you, the other part you just said is lonely at the top. It very is, but there's a peace.
It is.
There's a peace that I'm okay with this. I'm okay until God align me with the people that's, like you said, that poor, that they give off exactly what I'm. Look, I'm pouring into your cup, you pouring into mine. We have these conversations all the time. We on the same journey. We're on the same path. If it's not that, then I don't know what to tell you.
Growing is everything. I do not want to be in the same space I was the year before for what, how, and why.
I feel sorry for people that, and I get sorry in a weird way, for people that don't want to grow. Like how?
It's their mindset.
Like
They don't
how
want
do
to do
you
the
want
work.
to
It's
stay
hard
there?
though. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's hard.
Oh yes,
It's
but it's
hard.
worth it.
It's very well worth it. It's hard being successful. It's hard being consistent. I'm not gonna sit up here and even front like it is. It's very hard being consistent and persistent. It is. It drains you being hard, being persistent and being consistent. That's why you gotta have people around you that's gonna pour into you, that's gonna lift you back up to give you that energy back. You know what I'm saying? Or being able to be away from the world an hour a day for God to put back into you, because it's hard. But once you get that, I did it, and it makes you just go harder and harder and harder, because it's going to be at a point in time where you're not going to have to work as hard. It's going to work itself. But until you reach that, you got to continue to work it. You know what I'm saying? And continue to rest, self-care. You know, your time is very valuable. So for me, I'm around people I love. I adore. I know that's gonna bring me a good time. I'm gonna bring them a good time. I pick and choose who I want to be around.
Yes.
You hear me? Yes. I pick and choose who get my energy.
Yeah. Sorry.
I go out my way to be in spaces and places to support people. So
yeah,
you're not gonna, not at this age. Before then, maybe, but I do what I want when I want. I ride my own wave. Like
yes,
no.
yes, yes, yes.
And you got to be okay with that.
Yes, and you really do. You
gotta have
to
those friends that's gonna pour into you. That's gonna be like, yes, just you is doing it, girl. Not that envy, messy type of stuff. You know that see you, that know you, like, oh, you're not being yourself today. What's going on? You want to go get your favorite ice cream? Somebody to pick you up. Somebody that pays attention to you. You need that. Everybody needs somebody.
Yes.
Period. Yes. And everybody is being used, but be used the proper way. We all are being used, and it's okay to be used, but be used. It's a healthy way to be used.
Yes.
But people don't understand it. They look at that as, no, your mindset is totally corrupt. Like, we all use each other. It's for us to use each other.
It is. That's the way life is. It's a give and take and give.
Yes, it is.
You know, that's just the way life goes. But you got to know, you got to be you got to be cautious of the people that's, draining you and taking from you. And then you also got to be aware of the people that's pouring into you. Like,
oh, listen, let me tell you something. My discernment's so crazy. Let me tell you something. You got one time to be weird with me. You or move my energy, because my energy don't lie. I don't care if I can't prove it. My energy do not lie. I will not talk to you. I will respect you high if you're in a circle, but as far as getting to know me, you better know whatever the world knows, because this you will not be. Look, you know what I'm saying? I would just sit and be like, and talk to you like, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
You can be woman or man enough to come over and try to have a conversation. And I would definitely tell you why, but I still don't want to mash with you because you already showed me yourself. And that's one thing about people. When somebody show you who they are one time, believe it, they only sorry because you caught them in those moments. That's who they are in that moment. People really don't know how they're going to react unless they are in those moments. So if somebody show you any malicious behaviors, that's who they are. Believe it. Because if you continue, then it's on you. It's okay when you don't know stuff, you can't hold yourself accountable. But when you are aware of the behavior, you can no longer complain about what you are going through and how this person is doing you, because now you need to be holding yourself accountable for even dealing with some bullcrap like that.
Because you're allowing it. This is something you want. This is you bringing this on yourself.
Once you are aware, you are accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable. But people don't want to talk about that. I be chilling.
Because sometimes they still be out here acting like they the victim. Like, How are you? That's like me going through what I was going through with my family, and I'm gonna still stick around them because family is family. Family is everything. No, 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 and another no.
You know, I do love that word. Family is everything. However, for me, just because you blood does not make you family. So family is everything to me. Who I choose to make my family.
That is what I'm talking
That's
about.
that's
Yes,
it. That's
yes,
it. Just
yes.
because we're born by
Yeah.
blood, that doesn't
I'm talking
mean
about that blood family that feel like you should stick around just because and allow them to just do whatever, say whatever to you because we're blood. No.
no. You gotta respect me.
No. No, I'm a, leave y'all behind and gotta, send my family my way.
You ain't even leaving them behind. You're leaving them exactly where they're
Look.
at. You're leaving them where they at.
Yes.
You're leaving them where they at.
Yes.
How can families create a supportive environment for those looking to change unhealthy dynamics? How can families create a supportive environment for those looking to change unhealthy dynamics?
Oh, how can they change it? Having those uncomfortable conversations.
Ooh, there you go.
And
Period.
because me and my kids have uncomfortable conversations, like for real. And it's because I create that safe space where they can come and tell me whatever. That's the way it becomes healthy. Like we have to get up out of this the elephant in the room and we're not gonna talk about it. No, we're gonna talk about this elephant, we're gonna put it on the table. And just being open and honest with each other. And then just, making sure that having those follow-up conversations too, because a lot of this, it takes multiple conversations. It's not just that one conversation.
For sure.
And some conversations that me and my daughters have had, we have had to cut it off and come back to it. So to me, that's the way of, just a healthy dynamic of just creating that safe space and having those uncomfortable conversations that we just don't want to have.
For sure. I advocate for uncomfortable conversations. I feel like that's the only way to grow. People don't like having uncomfortable conversations because of their quote unquote trauma. And that's a word that I feel like people overly use. I don't like it. Um they don't want to talk. They don't want to use their voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when they did, this happened. And it's like you got to get out of that. Yeah, like you got to get out of that, or you have that uncomfortable conversation and they shut down.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know what I mean? So I truly believe being uncomfortable, period.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
Like being uncomfortable, period. People be
Yeah.
thinking they grown. Y'all ain't grown.
Look,
Um,
it's something else.
can you just
People be thinking they grown, but they are
they
not
ain't grown.
grown.
Can't even have an
Like,
uncomfortable
y'all not
conversation
grown.
without getting mad. Voice be elevated, and I be like, keep it cute.
I
It's
thought we
okay.
was
I'm not
adulting.
mad. They get mad. They get to getting triggered and all types of stuff. Like, oh Lord Jesus. Can you describe how breaking the curse has impacted your mental and emotional well-being?
So breaking a curse, how has it impacted me, like emotionally, mentally? I'm free. Like I am free living life. That's how it has impacted me. And I'm I'm just being Jessica. Like overall, like that's all I can say is I'm at peace. I'm happy. Everything that I have done, I wouldn't take it back. I would do it all over again.
Ooh,
I would do this all
it feels
over
good
again.
to say that, don't it?
Yeah. I don't have to wear a mask no more.
Girl, don't talk about that mask, my girlfriend. Shout out to Mikkel D, my girl. We was just in New York. She spoke on one of the world largest stages, TED Talk, and it was mask off.
I don't have to wear that mask no more. I'm living in my truth. I am authentically who I am. You can like it or love it. That's just it. You can take me how I am. And I'm gonna just keep on going. And I'm gonna keep waking up every day choosing me.
Oh, I love that. So on that note, what would you leave the people with? What is a takeaway that you would give to the people about breaking the curses in your family or even with themselves, right? Because breaking the curses, that's huge within itself. And my death saved my life.
So what would I leave the people with?
What would you leave them with?
That curse, it got to be broken. Somebody got to break it. And 9 times out of 10, if you feel this urge within you and you're uncomfortable, you feel like the black sheep in in your family and things of that nature, it's for you to break that curse. And it's not gonna be easy. It's not, because you doing something probably that your mama didn't, she couldn't break it, your grandmama couldn't break it, your granddaddy, or your father or whomever. But it's worth it. And you got it. Like if God could get me through this, you can do it too. It's very necessary. When it comes to my death saved my life, I would say what I would give to you guys is that choosing to die, not just from people, places, and things, but from yourself.
Ooh, what? It again.
At first, when I made this shirt, I thought it was just more of people, places, and things until I got to the end and come to realize that I had to die for myself in order to live. And I came to realize that I was part of the problem, if not the problem. So I say, do the work. What I want for everybody is to heal, 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 and whatever that is, wherever that looks like. However, create your own path, your own journey. Get locked in with God, your own personal relationship with Him, and heal. And everything gonna be okay. I promise you. It's ugly. Now it's ugly, but it's worth it and it's necessary.
Girl, you got me over here like, whoa. There was some very powerful words. Girl. Oh my God. Well, you heard the beautiful model, the mother, the soon to be author. I'm putting on her name. You heard what she said. Just do it. It was so lovely having you. I'm definitely gonna have to bring you back.
Sitting here with you, you created a safe space for me. I feel
Thank
welcome. And I you know what? I wouldn't have chose to do this interview with nobody else.
Say it again. That just warms my heart.
Yeah, it's God's divine timing. I know it's some other people that God is gonna line me up with, but this was orchestrated by God. And I love it. I love
Girl, she got the corner of my eyes tearing up. Don't be messing my mascara up now, girl. Hold on. Where my
You need that tissue?
oh my God. You know what? That means so much to me because I work hard. And I'm at a place right now where I'm so thankful where I can say no. I don't have to just say yes to everything that comes my way. And I'll pick and choose. And it aligned it the right way, and I felt that it was gonna be strong. I'm like, what? I done came back like, wait, come here. What's the
Look.
So I felt everything that you were saying. I feel like you need to tell it more on more platforms, because people are going through the secrets now. People are 80 years old and haven't told their story. People
Yeah.
gonna die with
Yeah.
that. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like when you tell your story, you're gonna be helping people in their own way. Like I said, whether it's forgiveness or whatever it is, this is gonna resonate with so many people, because so many people went through it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's very necessary to talk about it. I applaud you on doing the work, because a lot of people don't do the shadow work. A lot of people don't hold themselves accountable. And you've been killing it in the gym. I need to go with you. You've been killing in the gym, so I love your persistence and your consistency. I see you every day. I be stalking you like, oh, she there again. She at the track, gym and track and one. What? I'm done with her. So I applaud you on that. You really are. You really seem to be happy. I feel that you are happy inside and out. Like, and smile just, it makes me smile. So like I'm real big on energy. So just keep going. I cannot wait to see what the new thing is. Just remember, I want the exclusive first. So when it drop, your new venture drop, I need the exclusive here first. Well, until then, you guys, meet me at Brownstone tomorrow. It's still Lupus Awareness Month, and it's also Mental Health Awareness Month as well. But we do not hear about lupus too often. That's in our face, and we want to get this out to the nation. Come join us at Brownstone. Shout out to Jonna for having us. Happy hour from 4 to 9. Make sure you order that purple butterfly. And yes, purple butterfly. So I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, tune in every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m.